Hey guys, Miss Brandi here again, and we're going to read another story for story time today. We are going to be reading a story about imagination today. The theme of our summer reading program this year is Imagine Your Story. The summer reading program this year is all about using your imagination every day. By using your imagination, you can go on so many different adventures, go anywhere you want to, and be whoever and whatever you want to be. So I encourage each one of you to use your imagination anytime you can, just like Audrey does in this story. The story we're going to read today is The Incurable Imagination by Paul Russell and Oscar. Right from the start, everyone knew that there was something a little bit different about Audrey. When other children painted their parents, Audrey painted the ogre who lived under her bed drinking tea. While other children learned songs about black sheep, Audrey made up her own song about a table that used its own legs to run away and join the circus. When Audrey started school, things became even worse. Audrey made lots of new friends at school, but some of them were invisible to grown-ups. Audrey was quickly diagnosed as having a serious condition called imagination. It was the worst case her teacher, Miss Perry, had ever seen. They tried to remove it with an alphabet chart, but Audrey turned the letters into soup, which made the whole class laugh. They tried to block her imagination by making her count to 10 again and again. But Audrey turned the numbers into aliens and sent them blasting off into space. Even Miss Perry had to try hard not to smile at that. But it was more serious than anyone had feared. The condition was contagious, and soon the other children in Audrey's class began to show symptoms too. Luke made a cape from an old blanket and insisted everyone in the class could fly. Amy turned a cardboard box into a castle and led an invasion to take the playground back from an army of angry trolls. Simon forgot the words to the school song and staged a one-man show featuring his own dance routine. Sarah made a potion from things she found around the classroom and turned all the teachers into frogs. It was chaos, but everyone was having so much fun. And it didn't stop with just the students. Miss Perry was late getting back from lunch, fighting pirates who took all the pencils and buried them on a deserted island. Fortunately, Audrey discovered a treasure map that led them both safely back to the classroom. Mr. Eddie turned into a monster when he read his students their afternoon story. and Mrs. McPherson's whole class hid under their desk when a sudden cyclone hit their science lesson. The teachers had never had so much enthusiastic students. The parents signed a petition to bring back the normal classes. But on the way to delivering it to the principal, Mrs. Whitfield, head of the parent committee, was taken away by a flying green witch that had mysteriously escaped from her daughter's homework. Mrs. Whitfield had such an amazing broomstick ride that she forgot all about the complaining. Soon, imagination spread even beyond the school. The postman began delivering enormous, invisible packages to people who had no mail. The butcher was seen selling dinosaur steaks, and the shopkeepers offered imaginary sweets free with every purchase. People began smiling at each other when they passed in the street. Perhaps imagination wasn't such a bad disease to have after all. Audrey looked around with a huge grin on her face. Happy with everything that she saw, she walked home, hand in hand with her mother and Bruce, her pet unicorn. All right, guys, I hope you all loved that story about imagination. And remember, anytime you can use your imagination, please do so. Bye, guys.